Hey guys, welcome to your weekend edition Love in General reading. This is for the element of air. So if you are Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or your rising sign, these messages are for you. These are general, so they may or may not resonate, but hopefully they do give you some sort of clarity about your situation. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate all of you for all of your support. And I just ask that you continue to do so. Okay, so, and this is for May the 10th through the 12th, 2019. All right, so central issue, heart of the matter, we have the Moon, 8 of Wands, 6 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, King of Swords, the Hierophant, and the 7 of Wands. Okay, so what we have going on here is a lot of, I feel, mental activity. I feel like those of you that dream a lot will be having a lot of strange dreams this weekend. There's a lot of weird messages. You might start dreaming about a lot of people, like you're getting a lot of attention. I just kind of feel like something's going on where you're dreaming about people giving you a lot of attention, or you're dreaming about people who are popular, or you're dreaming that you are popular. I feel like too there is something going on within your subconscious that is trying to purge itself. So you might have a very emotional weekend here. It feels like the moon is just beaming in through your window. Like you're trying to sleep and you wake up and the moon is just like staring you in the face. I feel like you're going to have maybe some sort of sleep patterns or sleep problems, maybe insomnia, or like you go to sleep but you just keep waking up and then going to sleep and waking up. Like I feel like there's going to be some sort of sleep problems. I also feel like your intuition is just kind of off the charts this weekend for whatever reason. I feel that you are going to, I feel like you're, if you're an empath, like you're going to be very sensitive to the feelings, the thoughts and feelings of other people. It's almost too like you're subconsciously attracting some sort of energy towards you. It's almost like energy recognizes that you are an empath. So all of a sudden, you just almost start getting attacked. And you're like, where's all of this coming from? I'm not going to lie, this card does worry me. Because a lot of times when I see this card, it just kind of hits you out of nowhere. Like you're just minding your own business, you're enjoying yourself. And then all of a sudden, you just start crying about different things. You start having like fears or anxieties about different things. I'm seeing like this looks like some sort of anxiety attack, where you just start getting overwhelmed. You start thinking too much. You start having too many thoughts. You can't process them quickly enough. So it makes you emotional. You might start having abandonment issues. Or remembering like, oh, I remember like why wasn't my father around, or why did my mom never show me that she loved me? Why didn't, I feel like I didn't get enough love. Why don't my partners stick around with me? So I feel like you are, any type of past traumatic experiences that you've had are kind of like resurfacing here. I feel too like you could be very vulnerable with someone, or maybe someone is being very vulnerable with you. I also see this as the possibility of someone sending you messages about how they feel, maybe someone sends a message that makes you cry. Now on a on a light note, it could be tears of joy, where maybe you're, and it's Mother's Day too. So something could be triggering your emotions about mothers, maybe that intuitive energy here. Maybe your children do something that just kind of brings you to tears. Maybe you do something for your mom that brings you to tears, and I'm sorry for those of you that no longer have your mom. Maybe it's just like a rough weekend for you. So just hang in there. I can only imagine, I did lose my father, and, but my mom, that's my rock. So some of you could be going through something emotional this weekend. You also could just be PMSing, getting ready for that PMS. I also feel like someone is trying to get the courage to confront their fears, like they're building up that courage, and they're like, okay, I'm ready to confront these fears that I've had, or I know this is an anxiety attack and I'm not going to let it get me down. I can do this. I can overcome this. So I feel like some of you are also being encouraged to go after your dreams. You might be also maybe motivating people in some sort of way that kind of brings people to tears. Like you might be saying a lot of things that are inspiring or encouraging, and you are giving people maybe a lot of hope. Maybe a lot of people look up to you as someone that can speak on behalf of this or that. So there may be someone that you look up to, or you may be looking up to, people, may put you on some sort of a pedestal this weekend. So I'm seeing you getting recognition. I'm seeing you get like some sort of praise. It almost looks too like someone is going up for their award, and they get extremely emotional while they're at the podium, and all of a sudden just like all these emotions come raining down, and they're just like, oh my God, if it wasn't for you people, if it wasn't for blah blah blah, I wouldn't even, so I just feel like someone is being recognized and maybe being rewarded, and they just really take it to heart. So that is probably, like I said, because of Mother's Day. It does look like some of you are working this weekend. Let me turn some of these around. Everybody's back was, maybe I should leave it like that. Let me see what messages I'm getting from that energy first. But it looks too like some of you may be working this weekend. You're going off to work. Maybe you work in a small group setting. There also could be something going on with a coworker where you're very attracted to your coworker. Maybe you're excited that you get to work with this person. You're like, hey, I like my coworker. They're cute. So maybe you're excited about going into work because you're attracted to your coworker. I also see this as a very creative weekend for you guys. I see creativity. I see something being established creatively. Like you might be working on anything that you're passionate about that is like a hobby. Maybe you're trying to start a small business through your hobby. So if you make jewelry, or if you're a writer, if you're a public speaker, or you are someone who does give advice, I just kind of feel like that is what you're focusing on this weekend. I also feel like, so looking at how everyone's backs came out this way, it makes me feel as if maybe someone is talking to you in code, or you are talking to someone in code. I almost feel like it's a situation where if it's romantic, like someone could be confessing to you how they feel, but they're doing it with their back turned or with a mask on. And I think I've mentioned that before, someone wearing a mask, but they're talking about how they feel. It's also making me think of that old movie Roxanne with Steve, I know his name, Steve Martin. And he was like serenading this woman, or he was like constantly reciting his poetry in the dark, but he was ashamed of his nose. I think his nose was like extremely long or something. And so he thought that she wouldn't be into him physically. So he was just like, okay, he was, you know, either always facing the back or just kind of talking to her in the dark at night. So someone may be expressing themselves. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're not going to be attracted to this person, but maybe this person is just very shy and they're just like, they have an unusual way of expressing themselves to you. I also feel like maybe someone doesn't want you to see them cry. So it's like, or you don't want people to see you cry. So it's kind of like you're talking, and then the minute you get choked up or emotional, you just kind of like have to turn your back and you're like looking the other way as you are continuing to say whatever it is that you have to say. So some of you could be receiving some sort of award or recognition for your works. All right, so I'll go ahead and flip them over. You could be dealing with Aries, Leo, Sag, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Taurus, Pisces, maybe Capricorn. But it does look like someone too, I keep feeling like someone is trying to express or invite you to something. Now, for some of you, you could be going on some sort of job interview Friday. I guess they do them on Saturdays. Maybe it all depends. Could be a video interview, video chat. But I do feel like for some of you, if it's job related, you could be going on an interview and you could be standing out from the crowd. I do feel like you're going to, you know, have success in career here with the laurel leaf. And I just kind of feel that you guys are feeling very confident in whatever it is that you're going towards or whatever it is that you want. If you're being pursued, I feel like someone finally has the courage to approach you. They're being fired up. I also feel like too that someone could be very slow in their approach. Maybe this is something that has been going on for a while. Someone has been preparing or getting something together to present to you. And they're just like, okay, I'm getting ready to say whatever it is that I want to say to them. Yeah, I feel like someone's been working on something. Now, too, some of you could be establishing or just starting off in a serious relationship. Maybe you guys are just now, you know, getting things situated. It also could be a situation where there was unfinished business between you and another person, and there's a need for you to kind of resolve this issue. There's a need for you guys to come together, put your heads together so that you can compromise and work things out. I also see something in regards to home repair. I feel too like someone is inviting you to join their organization or a group, even if it's like a Facebook group or a small group chat. Oh no, I just thought about Mother's Day. The group text, please, nobody do it. Everybody hates group text. When one person responds, everybody gets in there like, who is this? Who is this? And sometimes you just do it to be petty. You know it's because of the group text, but you just like, who is this? So please, no group texts. But other than that, it could also, this for whatever reason looks like being invited to someone's organization or group. Maybe it's being invited to dinner. Maybe it's being initiated. I keep getting initiation, especially if it is like some sort of secret organization, secret society. Please don't spare me the smart comments. But I mean, it happens. I mean, it doesn't have to be like, you know, like you perceive it to be, but it does look like this is some sort of ancient organization that is part of some sort of ritual. I'm seeing some sort of ritualistic things. I'm seeing symbols, something in regards to symbolism. I mean, this can even go as far as someone who is sifting through job applications. Let's say, for instance, it is for the thinking man. It's a job for someone who works in tech. So they're like, okay, well, if you can break this, crack this puzzle or whatever, crack this code, then we're going to invite you in to join our organization. So they give you some sort of code to crack here. And is part of an initiation. So, you know, if you crack that code, you might be very well invited to join this organization. Invited to join the brotherhood or the sisterhood of something. Maybe too, you've been in some sort of religious organization. This is some sort of spiritual rites. Especially if you are with the Aruba religion, I think that is Orishas. I always get it wrong. I feel like where you're being initiated into something, or maybe you're being crowned. Maybe that's something that's getting ready to happen. Maybe you're being prepared. Maybe you received a letter or invitation that tells you to, what to bring or what to prepare for. And on a mundane level, it just could be you getting invited to something or being prepared to something. It could be a doctor's appointment that you have coming up. I also see this as preparing for some sort of court case as well. So some of you may need to prepare for that. There may also be some sort of research that you're doing if you're in a film, or you're a playwright, or you act on stage, or even, in the film industry. Maybe you're practicing for a role or a part. You're going to some sort of rehearsal. Because I'm seeing something being played out. Something being played out. And I am seeing like a cathedral. You could be also, if you play instruments, maybe you are in an orchestra. But I do feel like someone wants to collaborate with you. It looks more so like business preparation, more so than romantic preparation. However, it does with the wands here, there is still some sort of physical attraction. And then the moon can be deeply romantic. Now, also this kind of tells me that you might have that emotional bond with someone, or a telepathic bond with someone, where you guys that's the way you communicate with one another, through feelings and through thoughts. I feel like someone does have something to say, or someone will confess something. I'm just going to look a little more at the Three of Pentacles. Now, I also feel like someone does feel you could be protesting this weekend too, or especially if you work in Congress, or if you work in politics. I'm seeing someone, or if you're going to some sort of event, congressional event or political event, I just kind of feel like someone is feeling like they need to speak up for people who can't defend themselves. I also feel like you might work for a large organization or corporation, but it's like very youthful people in charge. Like they're like babies. They're not literal babies, but you get it. It's just like, man, you mean the owner of this company is 22 years old? Like I work for a baby? So I feel like some of you might be invited to join some sort of organization that's run by someone very youthful. Let's see here. Pentacles. Okay. Two of Cups was trying to pop out. Someone also may be wanting to commit to something, or they're ready to be sworn in, take some sort of oath, or maybe you just make a promise to someone. You're like, I promise to do this, or I promise to protect. If you're in a relationship, I don't know if you feel like your relationship is being threatened, but you might feel like you need to protect or guard your relationship. Also, you might be competing for a spot at your job. If, maybe someone wants your spot and you need to compete for it. But I do feel like you're having victory over any type of competitors anyway. So yeah, you could be dealing with a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. If there was something that fell apart, or someone gave you the silent treatment, or you guys had temporarily broken up, it could be that you're wanting to restore the relationship and work on it, fix it. Someone, there was something going on. There was some sort of deception going on, maybe, with this energy. Someone is doing something in secret. Now, too, going back to spiritual things, someone could be partaking in some sort of ritualistic ceremony. Also, there could be, this could just be talking something about church. Or, you know, going to some sort of services this weekend and then sneaking out or something, sneaking out early. Like, we got to go to dinner. We got dinner reservations. We got to get out of here. So someone looks like they're sneaking out of a situation. This could be, and I got a similar message for another reading. Forgot which element now, but it could be a situation where you're calling off work. Or you're calling, you go in for a little while, then you're like, oh, you know, I'm not feeling so well. I need to go home early, or something of that sort. There could be some sort of secrecy going on at work. But I'm getting this too, for the most part, that someone is not very well developed in when it comes to communicating, and it may be because they felt inadequate. Maybe they felt like they were too young for you. Maybe they felt like they didn't have enough money. Maybe they felt like they were too short. Maybe they just were not sure about their physical appearance, period. So there could have been some sort of hesitation as to why someone ghosted you or disappeared, but I feel like they want to work on that again. So I feel like there's going to be some sort of communication from someone who you were having some sort of connection with. All right, so that is all that I have for air. I hope that resonated. Please feel free to leave your comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Many blessings to you.